Some things need mention. Some things don't. Some people are well known and some people aren't. Everyone knows who Michael Jackson is. Everyone and their mom and their grandma knows who Michael Jackson is. But there's many people that nobody knows. In the sense that there's many people that put themselves out there to no avail, essentially. This happens all the time. There's only so much music that normal people want to listen to, and you gotta get out of your way to look for certain things. And speaking of that, one genre that you definitely do have to do that with is Midwest emo. If I could go on and on about Midwest emo, we would already the planet would already be dead from climate change. But Midwest emo is one of my favorite genres of music, and owning CDs for it is more special to me because of the aesthetic of like the DIY indie rock kind of thing that most emo in general has, and therefore I'm more like inclined to want to own CDs or vinyls or even cassettes that are of emo origin, if you know what I mean. Today's album of the day is no different. Today's album of the day is Son, You've Got to Hurry by Reno Kid. And basically, this is it's a German Midwest emo band. And they took from the school of Mineral. If you don't know who Mineral is, they're probably one of the more well-known and one of the most important Midwest emo bands to come out of the 90s. I think these guys were together up until like '08 or something. And they all disbanded into different projects, I believe. But it had a pretty decent lineup too. From what I recall, there were 3 guitarists in this band or something at one time. So that's cool. Sound-wise, they definitely sound like if you were to have an indie rock band that is emo. That's kind of what first wave Midwest emo really is. As emo progressed and rock music and punk music changed over time, Midwest emo started to get a different meaning. One that's still highly similar, but the main thing that changed is a lot of the aesthetics and sounds and the way that they were incorporated. They did borrow from like old first wave Midwest emo bands and what they were doing, but they expanded on them in different ways, essentially. First wave Midwest emo is definitely very indie rock inclined. To put it very like ridiculously simple, Midwest emo is essentially in the 90s. We had screamo, we had post-hardcore, we had all these genres that were abrasive, loud, big, blah. Midwest emo was a version of that, in the sense that they did incorporate more singing, and they were less screamy and less loud. That's one of the reasons that Midwest emo is a lot more accessible to people that do not like screamo, emo violence. I was gonna say music with screaming in it, but whatever. But anyways, they definitely do sound like Mineral. The lead singer is incredible. He genuinely sounds like Chris Simpson from Mineral. Even like guitar wise, I feel like this is probably one of the most digestible Midwest emo albums I've ever listened to, in the sense that you can hear everything. You can hear each guitar part. Like, there's no extra reverb, there's no extra anything. You can listen to all the parts and be able to be like, huh, so this is Midwest emo. So I would recommend this to anyone that wants to get into Midwest emo. If that's what you're trying to do, this is one of the first 5 albums you need to listen to. This was a pretty rare CD. I'm pretty sure I paid like $50 for it, including shipping. Because the guy shipped it from Germany, I'm pretty sure, or Belgium, Netherlands. I don't remember. But yeah, anyways, I would recommend this to anyone if you like first wave Midwest emo. So if you like Mineral, if you like, oof, guys, this is embarrassing. I can't think of any bands off the top of my head right now. Hold on, guys. I'm going to do this. Not necessarily Cap and Jazz though. I think Cap and Jazz is more artsy than it isn't, and I feel like that kind of makes it a little less like this specific music I'm talking about. I would recommend this. So if you like, maybe Jimmy Eat World. If you like Penfold for sure, Jay June, the Get Up Kids, and the Promise Ring, and Texas is the Reason. I just went through Rate Your Music to find a bunch of shit, but these are bands that sound like this. So yeah. Oh, songs that I like. The first song is perfect. Judy Garland, Enchantment. It's incredible. Internal of You was nice. And then Love Starved Heart is pretty. Polaroid Memory is one of the most beautiful like songs I think I've ever listened to in my life. But yeah, everything else is pretty okay. I think the songs are kind of long. On Spotify, for some reason, they're all like cut wrong and it sucks. So I have them on local files.